Hey again, everyone. This is Hope from Pros Before Bros. It is day 7 of the ContemporaryAthon, the final day. We made it. And excuse me, I just got out of the shower, so of course I'm wearing my lovely ShamWow hat and hoping to God that whatever happens underneath here is not that serious later on. So I just wanted to touch base with you guys. I meant to make a video yesterday, and of course it just seems like this week I'm pulling you guys just a little bit closer yet again. So it seems like this week has just not been a favorable one. So as you guys remember, I probably mentioned it a dozen times, I was not feeling very good last week. It seemed like I kept getting some sort of illness one way or another, is either a sinus infection or a bad side effect from my medication, one or the other. And then yesterday, it seemed like nothing went right. So yesterday afternoon, well, not afternoon, it was morning. The morning was good. Me and my husband woke up early. We went and got breakfast. We went to my father-in-law's house, and then I decided, I really want to go see my mom today, so I'm going to call my mom, who lives about roughly an hour and a half away from me, my mom and dad, and I was going to call my mom and see if she wanted to get out of the house. Her biggest thing that she loves to do is go to like unusual places that she could go people watch. She likes going into antique stores and looking at vintage clothes and stuff. So I figured, what better thing to do than to take her to the Short North, which is like a little district in Columbus. So we live in Columbus. Well, I used to live near Columbus, Ohio. And then, of course, I moved to Cincinnati. So I was like, what a great idea. Let's go ahead and go to Columbus. And I totally forgot that the Buckeye game was supposed to be in Columbus that day. So, of course, everything was a clusterfuck up there. So, like, all the restaurants were full. They were charging like $20 for parking. And I just totally forgot about it because, I really don't follow that much football. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't. So I'm on my way up to go pick up my mom. I realize halfway up there that my phone charger is missing. Turns out my husband had to use it the night before in his car, so I ended up stopping at a gas station picking up a phone charger there. Turns out that phone charger didn't work. Luckily, I was still inside the parking lot of the gas station, so I had to go exchange it, but that was a fiasco in itself. Got that resolved, got back on the road, went to go pick up my mom, and guys, she's so cute. She's, I think she just turned 70, if I remember correctly, and, she wanted to, go to Short North, and she got all dressed up, and if you guys ever met my mom, I know I have a couple friends watching this, she's kind of like a hipster chick. Like, she likes to wear like the most in-date fashion. She's very eccentric. So she just, even though she's like 70 years old, she still dresses very hip and very young. But in a nice, tasteful way. She doesn't run around in tube tops or anything like that. I guess I'll put that out there. So she was super excited because she hardly ever gets out of the house. My dad, unfortunately, has been battling some health issues. He has a very hard time getting around because of his legs. So he typically stays home because it's just impossible to have him sit in a car for 45 minutes. It pains him to even sit in a car for 20 minutes. So he decided that he was going to stay home and he was just going to let my mom go out and have some fun. So I pick her up. We go to Columbus, and of course I see that it's a madhouse there. So like I said, every restaurant's full. Like, everybody is walking around in the district. And then I realize, crap, it's the game. Of course it's going to be busy. So I couldn't find any parking spots. And the only places that were available were basically the $20 event parking spots. like in the parking garage, and I'm like, I'm not paying $20 to park in the garage. I know that sounds kind of cheap, but it's not my wheelhouse. I'm not going to do it. So I was driving around because I figured I would find something. Usually on like a side street or something, you will always find a spot you can park that's legal to park at. So I find this spot, and it's a metered spot. I don't see any signs anywhere saying that I can't park there. The meters are digital. They're not turned off or inactive. They don't have bags on them. I'm thinking this spot works fine. So I park the car. I pay my fare. Double check everywhere to make sure there isn't a sign. There's other cars parked where I'm parked. And then me and my mom decide we're going to go off. The parking meter is a 3-hour limit parking spot. And I take my mom to Barnes & Noble because I wanted to pick up a couple things. And she wanted to get coffee and look around there. And then our plan was, after we left Barnes & Noble, I would stop at the car to drop off our bags. And then we'll just continue perusing down the street. So we get done Barnes & Noble. We're in there for about 30 minutes, if that. That's a record for me. And then we go back to the car, and guess what? The car's gone. All the cars are gone. So I'm flipping out, and I'm thinking to myself, what the hell happened? I'm in Columbus. My dad can't drive here because of his legs. My husband is 2 hours away. There is no way in hell that this is going to work out. And I believe my best friend was at work because she usually worked nights, and I wasn't about to call her and freak her out, make her have to leave work and get in trouble. It's just not worth it. So I call the police, thinking the car might have been stolen. Turns out the car was impounded because of the stupid fucking game. I was super pissed, and even the police officer agreed with me that there really wasn't any clear signage. It turned out there was like a sign at the very end of the street, but it was pointing the opposite direction. Why? I don't know. I think that's pretty stupid. So needless to say, I had a really shitty day yesterday. I was stuck up in Columbus until I think it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, because I had to first figure out what happened with my car. That took about an hour to 2 hours. Then I had to get a lift to the impound lot, which is outside of the city. That was about 25 minutes. Get there. The impound lot doesn't have my car yet. They don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I have to sit there for about an hour, and then my car finally shows up, and then I have to go through the whole fiasco of getting my registration out of the car, getting my insurance pulled up, all that crazy, ridiculous shit that, it's just, it is what it is. I mean, yes, I was in the wrong. I agree with that. I just feel like there could have been a little bit clearer signage. So that was my whole day yesterday. By the time I got home, I visited my niece for a little bit, my grandniece. That cheered me up. And of course, my mom and I eventually had a good laugh out of this. I mean, it sucks because it costs me an arm and a leg to get out of the position I was in. That I was not expecting. And of course, the thing that was just annoying was it was supposed to be a day to just have my mom enjoy and relax, and we didn't get an opportunity for her to do anything, besides go to Barnes & Noble, and I ended up taking her to a clothing store right after we got the car out of the impound. So that was my day yesterday. So I didn't end up getting home until, I think it was like 3 a.m. And I've been like sleeping on and off all day. So I think in addition to all the drama from yesterday, I don't think I was like fully recovered from being sick. And I overdid it. And I always do this to myself, and I need to learn how to stop. But anyway, that being said, let's get an update on ContemporaryAThon, which isn't much. I haven't been able to finish the Summer of Georgie Perez, and it's not the fault of the book. It's just simply the fault of life itself. I got to, I think, chapter 4 this afternoon, and it's really good. I still feel like it's going to be a 5-star prediction. I just know that I'm not going to finish it in time for ContemporaryAthon. So real quick, a recap of what happened for ContemporaryAthon. Obviously, there was a couple things that have changed. Originally, when I walked into doing ContemporaryAthon, I said that I was going to be doing the Summer of Jodi Perez, City of Ghosts, and The Geography of You and Me. It sounds like this is a common theme. I changed my mind drastically. I ended up doing I Was Born for This by Alice Oseman, or Osman, City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab, and Sheets by Brenna, I'm going to mess up her last name, Brenna Thummer, I think. I have it written down here somewhere. I want to say my hairstylist's last name because that's what I'm thinking of. her name's Brenna too. So out of all the challenges, I was able to manage to get 6 done out of the 7. So I read a contemporary with an orange on the cover. That would be I Was Born for This by Alice Osman. And in addition to that challenge with that book, I also, used as my diverse contemporary. City of Ghosts, I did as a read dark, taboo, spooky contemporary. Read a contemporary from a new to you author. And then for Sheets, I did read a contemporary that has your initials somewhere on the cover. And that can actually tie into I Was Born for This as well. And then read a contemporary in a non-traditional format. Since it was a graphic novel, that succeeded my goals there. The only one I didn't get to was read contemporary that's 5 stars, a 5-star prediction. All of them I predicted to be 4 stars. So I mean, they all were correct. I did get 4 stars on all 3 of those particular books. Unfortunately, I just didn't get a chance to read The Summer of Jodi Perez like I had initially intended, just because of the fact of life itself and all the unpredictability it comes with. So my goal is to finish that particular book by this coming Friday, if not sooner. It just really depends on how things look in terms of my work schedule and just everything in terms of life. So it seems like that's just going to be an ongoing trend. That is really all I have right now. I feel like this ContemporaryAthon was really good, especially for my first one. I was really super excited about participating and seeing all the vlogs out there that people had posted. I actually subscribe to a bunch of new different booktubers out there that are really amazing. Some of them are very well established and some of them are just up and coming, which is amazing as well. And I also talked to a lot of people on Twitter during this process too, so that was fun. I believe the next thon I'm going to be doing, book-thon I'm going to be doing, is going to be the Witch-a-thon. Still on the fence about it because I want to make sure that during the month of October I don't overextend myself, because I believe that there's going to be a live show that I'm going to be doing in October as well with the Happy Booktuber. So it just really depends on how things are looking. I'm going to say I'm probably going to go ahead and do it, but if that changes, I'll let you guys know. Again, that's the Witch-a-thon. I believe that, I can't remember her name. It's a Fleetwood Mac song, and I can't remember her name. She's the host of it. So if I get those details, which I'm hoping to get out to you guys this week, I'll pass that on to you with her information and a link to her vlog going over the details of that thon. Other than that, I think I think September wrapped up very well in terms of the books that I've read. And I just am keeping my fingers crossed I can finish this book this week without any sort of drama. So yeah, great video week, I believe. I feel like I did I did fairly good with the challenges, and like I said, it was an amazing experience because I talked to a lot of amazing people. And yeah, that's all I got right now. I'm probably going to call it a night. It's about 11:30 here in Ohio, and I am still tired. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to my rant, and I will check back with you guys later this week. Bye.